Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. Today I want to speak about two-stroke engine. So at the end of the video you will know how it works and what is the benefit and in which machinery style it's using. So let's start. As you can see, it has one piston. So when there is a one piston, it means one cylinder. So what it means, it has only one cylinder without valves. If you see at the top side, there is no any valves. Okay, actually in the tank, normally we pour it with the fuel, okay, but in the two-stroke engine we add the oil to the fuel in the tank. Okay, then what will happen, the fuel and oil, when it want to go to the combustion chamber, at the middle there is a carburetor. Okay, it's the old generation. Actually there is a carburetor. So carburetor, what it will do, it will mix oil, fuel and air, and three of them will goes to the crankcase. Okay, in here there is a carburetor. Yeah, you can see the carburetor operation. We have three types of the carburetor. One of them you can see in the video, which is the oldest. The second one, DFI or direct fuel injection, and the third one is the TBI. Okay, the mixture of the oil, fuel and air, it will go to the crankcase. From the crankcase, by the rotation of the crankcase, it moves to the top side. Top side, it means the top side of the piston. When the piston goes up, what will happen? The compression will happen. At the top side there is a spark plug which is ignite. When it ignites, what will happen? The piston goes down. When it goes down, so there is no valves, but there is the outlet port. From there, all the gases, all the usable gases, it will go out from the combustion chamber, and it's the recirculation of the two-stroke engine, and there is a working principle of the two-stroke engine. Okay, there is one benefit between the four-stroke engine and the two-stroke engine. Four-stroke engine, every 2 revolution of the crankcase can produce the power, but in the two-stroke engine, every revolution of the crankcase. So it means what? It means more power, more torque in a smaller time regarding to the four-stroke engine. Okay, because the two-stroke engine, it has a little and less parts, so it has a less weight, more power and more torque. As you can see, fuel is compressed and ignite. Okay, the left side picture, upstroke, which is it's include intake and ignite, and the second one, which is the downstroke, when the piston comes down, compression and exhaust. So that's the difference. It's doing the 2 revolution. Okay, it's doing the one revolution, one motion it goes up, the second motion it comes down. So it's the full revolution of the crankcase or the crankshaft. It has a 2 name, crankcase or crankshaft. It's both of them are the same name, but it moves one time. The crankshaft, it moves one time is go up, one time is go down. At the right side of the video, as you can see, air, fuel and oil, these 3 mixture, it comes to the crankcase. Okay, this mixture, it comes to the crankcase, and by the revolution of the crankcase, it goes at the top side. It goes at the top side. Actually, it will goes top side of the piston. When the piston moves up, what will happen? It will compress. So by the spark plug, what will happen? The piston comes down. Yeah, and this mixture which is used, and it produces the power, it produces the torque, it goes out from the combustion chamber. As I said, there is a 2 revolution, compression stroke and power stroke, number 1 and number 2. That's why we are calling it two-stroke engine. Actually, we can see also the two-stroke cycle. The two-stroke engine simplifies operation to just 2 piston movements, an upward stroke for intake and compression, and a downward stroke for power. Okay, the two-stroke cycle, yeah, number 1, as I said, stroke number 1 up, stroke number 2 down, piston compress fuel air mixture while drawing fresh charge into crankcase. And then the second one, ignition forces piston down, uncovering ports for exhaust and transfer. Okay, we have a scavenging process. Number one, crankcase compression, downward piston. Number two, transfer, scavenging, compressed mixture, force. Number three, no valves needed. So there is no valve, but we have two ports. Okay, these two ports, we are using one of them inlet to come fuel, air and oil inside the combustion chamber, and the second port, which is the outlet. So this mixture, when it used, when it ignited and it made the power and torque, it will go out. These smokes goes out from the second port, which is the outlet one. So in here, in the two-stroke engine, we don't have valves. We don't have valves and we have ports. We have exhaust gas zone, mixing zone and air zone. Okay, the key components of the two-stroke engine: cylinder and piston, combustion chamber where power is generated, crankshaft assembly converts linear motion to rotary power. Then we have ignition system, spark plug and coil for precise timing. Yes, it's so important. And then we have port system, intake, exhaust and transfer ports, replace valves. Okay, it's the main four key components of the two-stroke engine. Common application for the power sports, yes, like we can say DT or CRM, TDR, TTR, they are using this type of engine, but it's the old vehicle actually. Hand lathe components also. What is the key benefit of them? High power density, 1.5 more power per pound than four-stroke engine. Simple design, yeah, simple design, and also less components. In any operation like oil mixing eliminates need for oil some positioning. And then quick acceleration, which is the very good point. High torque at low RPM for instant power delivery, especially for the bike, is very useful. But the challenge is elimination. It has high emission, 20 to 30% more hydrocarbon emission than four-stroke engine, and then the fuel consumption. Yes, less efficient combustion and fuel escapes through exhaust. That's the true reason actually. It makes smokes. Okay, future of two-stroke technology, we can say like current innovation, direct injection system, hybrid integration, potential for compact hybrid power system, and specialized application, continued relevance in high power, lightweight. Okay, again, let's see. In here, yes, the mixture of the oil, fuel and air come to the crankcase. It goes up to the piston. There is a vase, small vase, and then spark plug ignite, piston comes down, and this mixture which is used, it has the power, and then these smokes goes out from the outlet port. So the work of it's done. Number one, compression stroke done. Number two, power stroke, it's done. Okay, it's the carburetor work. Yeah, as you can see, the fuel and the oil which comes from the tanky, and they want to go to the crankcase. At the middle there is a carburetor. What is the duty of the carburetor? Okay, carburetor, it's delivering the air. So when from the fuel, from the tank, fuel and oil, it's coming, there is a carburetor. So the carburetor, what will do? It will mix three of these elements, three of them. So it will send it to the combustion chamber. But first it go to the crankcase. From the crankcase it go to the combustion chamber, and then the ignition will happen, and also the power will produce by the spark of the spark plug. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Please, if you like the video, subscribe and like the video. Thank you so much for your time.